So I was thinking about how big of a failure Nexus is and where this whole faction is gone, which is basically nowhere. And I was thinking, instead of having these new guys from NXT and developmental be the Nexus and have them debut, taking out John Cena, why not have guys like Zack Ryder, Tyson Kidd, Ted DiBiase, Primo, and the Uso brothers, and Cody Rhodes, you know, basic people, the basic mid-card of WWE, the guys nobody care about, the guys WWE doesn't care about because they don't use them. Why not have those guys debut as the Nexus and have those guys take out John Cena? I think that would be a lot more entertaining than having these new guys that nobody really cares about because they don't even know who they are. I think that would be more entertaining. And it would be good for those mid-carders who were a part of that faction because they don't get used and they don't get the spotlight that they deserve. And they're very talented. And they don't get the recognition they deserve, which is a damn shame. Guys like Tyson Kidd, an amazing talent. When's the last time you've seen Tyson Kidd? Guys like Zack Ryder, who's making videos on YouTube, and I guarantee it, that he's trying to show off that he has charisma because WWE is making more talent cuts after WrestleMania 27. So he's trying his best to make sure that he doesn't get fired because WWE doesn't think he has any talent. Firing mid-carders who've been here for new guys who don't draw. Looking for somebody out of these new guys, hoping they'll find somebody who draws, and none of them do. That's bullshit. It really is. You know, a billionaire just needs to come out of the blue and start his own wrestling company. He really does. Because if he did come out and start his own wrestling company and brought up some young guys and took some of these mid-carders from Vince McMahon and had them show their skills off on his show, he put Vince out of business. He wouldn't do it in the first year, but he eventually would. Because he accepts the fact that he is a wrestling promoter. He owns a wrestling company. He doesn't own a global entertainment company who holds entertainments and have superstars and divas. He would have wrestlers. And he would tell good stories, have good storylines, have emotional investment for the fans. Vince McMahon doesn't give a fuck about the fans. WWE doesn't care about the fans. WWE uses wrestling as bait for wrestling fans to take our money and use it for bullshit. Our money is going to their movie studios and their low-budget bullshit movies that they try to pass off as Hollywood movies, but they never will be. That's what they use our money for, instead of using our money to pay mid-card superstars who deserve to have that spotlight, to pay them and actually use them. No, they want to be Hollywood. They want to be entertainers. We're entertainers. We hold entertainments. We're not, no, we don't wrestle. We're not a wrestling company. We're an entertainment company. We entertain the fans by taking one man and throwing him into a table. By having them fight in a squared circle and having them do wrestling moves. But no, they're not wrestlers. They're entertainers. That's fine. WWE, you are a wrestling company. That's what you do. That's what makes you your money. And me as a wrestling fan, and a lot of people, I'm pretty sure a lot of people, if not all, agree with this. We don't give a fuck about your movies. We don't care what other shit you think you want to do, how Hollywood you claim you are. We don't care. We want to see wrestling. That's what we want to see. We don't want to see Triple H play a chaperone. We don't want to see that. We want to see Triple H pedigree somebody into a table. That's what we want to see. So, and TNA has so much potential. If only TNA was owned by one of those billionaires who could actually get them out there and market and have better production and take TNA on the road. TNA has potential to be that wrestling company. But no, they don't have that. And not to mention the fact, TNA is trying to be a copy of the WWE. You can't be like the WWE because WWE isn't a wrestling company. Not a true wrestling company. So why would you want to be like somebody who won't even acknowledge they're a wrestling company when you yourself are a wrestling company? That's what TNA is. TNA is a wrestling company. And they're trying to be WWE, which isn't a wrestling company. And it's a shame because TNA has some good talent too. TNA has better talent than WWE. But you'll never know that because TNA doesn't get showcased. TNA isn't marketed out. A lot of people don't know who TNA is or what TNA is. You know, because you're on the internet, you think everybody knows who TNA is because that's basically the internet wrestling community. And you've seen, it seems like everybody is talking about TNA. But a lot of average Joes out there in America and especially out in other countries don't know what TNA is because they don't have that marketing fan base. They don't have all those sponsors that the WWE has. If you took half the sponsors that WWE has today and you gave them the exact same amount of money that WWE has and you gave it all to TNA and you actually had wrestling promoters and people who did their own thing and people who ran the company who actually had the talent in their company as a wrestling company, they had that in their best interest, not trying to be Hollywood, not trying to make movies, but actually be a wrestling company. They will put Vince out of business because that's what the fans want. The fans want wrestling, not movies, not all that other bullshit. Not to mention you'll have a lot of guys from WWE jump ship and go over to them because they know that they'll be highlighted over there. They'll be appreciated for their skills over there. They won't be used as jobbers, been here for 3, 4, 5, 6 years and haven't gotten any type of push. They would know that they wouldn't get buried by new talent from developmental trying to find the next big draw instead of trying to find the next big draw in the guys you already have established on your show. Actually have a ladder of ascension. Actually build up stars properly. Not give them the world title their first year in the business. That's what wrestling fans want. Make no mistake, WWE. A lot of people don't like you. And the only reason we put up with you is because we have no other alternative. That is the only reason I watch WWE. Because I'm a wrestling fan. And I used to appreciate what WWE used to do. But that won't happen. And this rant really has no purpose because there never will be a billionaire come up and make a new wrestling company. And I'm going to go back to watching Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown and Superstars and NXT. And I'll continue to give WWE my money. And I'll continue to accept mediocrity because they're the only ones left. I'll talk to you guys later.